Kashif joining us with the members who were actually manhandled and who were misbehaved with by the cops. Yes, Kashif, what is their story? It was caught on camera. Just get them to tell us and tell our viewers how high-handedly the cops behaved and what is it that they were told when they requested entry.
That's right, Anand. Today we had a classic example of this VVIP culture. We have with us Gurjeet Bindra and Parambin, both of them members of the NSCI club who were for the last 3 hours not allowed to get inside the club. They were debarred because VVIP, the CM of Maharashtra, was about to exit the club. And not only that, after that they were bundled into a police van and brought here to the police station. So let's go and ask Gurjeet first. Gurjeet, can you tell us what really happened outside the club and how was this entire thing played out?
See, today we decided to go for a dinner with our family, and it's the traffic started from the ceiling itself. So we were about 3.5 hours in the traffic. By the time we reached the gate, we were asked there's no parking inside and everybody had to wait outside. We started arguing why you're not allowing us. Members have a separate entry. Members have nothing to do with the event. Event has a different. But they just refuse to allow us to get inside. Family, children are waiting in the car for dinner, and we were just, so we said we should not allow anybody to get inside also from the wrong gate. With no entry gate, they were allowing VIPs to get in. I said we should not, so we protested for it. And in return, we are asked to come here. We were bundled into the van and brought me and my son. Both are here waiting since last 2 hours, and nothing is happening. And now we are asked to go.
I mean, it's great that you're taking in a spirit that you're laughing about it, but Parambin, can you tell me what the police told you and why they got you here and what happened here?
They just told us that the parking is full and they're not allowing inside. The committee member told them that the parking is full, that don't allow anybody inside. So we stopped everybody to go from the wrong way inside. They caught me, they pulled me aside, they hit me in the backside, then they brought us over here that they'll charge us without, I stopped the convoy of CM. They told me that they'll charge me about that. And now after 2 hours, they told us just write your name and address and go. We were waiting here since 2 hours and nobody attended us, no nothing, no water, no nothing. We have to ask them, can I get a water or something, just sitting aside in a corner. 2 hours later.
Like criminals.
Absolutely like criminals. They even told me to go inside and sit. I told them I won't go inside. I'm not a criminal. I'll sit here over here only. Then they said, okay. Then a person is sitting besides me from last 2 hours that I don't go anywhere. I can't stand. I can't do anything. I have to sit there idle till they ask me, till they call me inside.
So Anand, basically first they wait in a traffic jam because of the CM's convoy for about 4 kilometers, and after that they are not allowed inside the club, and now at the police station, abject humiliation.
Kashif,
Mr. Gurjeet, what do you have, if you meet the CM today, what if you meet the CM today, what would you like to ask him?
I said, I would just tell him, if you were instead of me with your family, how would you react to it? And I think he would react in the same way I reacted. I protested. I'm a member of the club since last 45 years, and I'm not allowed in my own club for
Kashif,
a ridiculous reason.
The police
Kashif, can you ask him?
Said there is no
member for 45 years
inside. No doubt they were doing their duty. I don't say it wrong to them also, but there should have been a proper discipline with the traffic. There was no traffic department person over there to control the traffic about here. And that's the reason the traffic went up to ceiling. And people were waiting, and people were just frustrated and
What
mad.
is the reason the cops gave?
Go on. What do you want to ask them?
What is the reason that the cops gave when they stopped their entry? And has it ever happened in the past that they have been denied entry even though the entrance for events and for members are separate?
So basically what we're asking from the studio is that what was the reason the police gave you before they stopped you from entering, and have you ever been stopped like this from entering your own club?
Never. Why should anybody stop me from entering my own club? They just said that the parking is full and you're not allowed inside. That's all.
But you told me earlier that you went inside and checked.
I did go inside to check who asked them to stop us. There was nobody inside. Nobody asked them to stop us. Whereas there was ample parking space inside. This was only because the CM had to exit we were asked to wait for 1.5 hours.
As the CM convoy left, they opened the gate there and there within 2 seconds.
So there was no question
of no parking inside.
So for the CM's exit, they held them for
The only
1.5
reason for
hours.
them to stop you was because of CM's convoy.
Convoy, that's all.
That's all.
What did he
Yeah,
want
I'm
to
sorry, I
tell the
didn't
Chief
get your
Minister
question.
when
What
he
do you
walked to
want
the
to ask
car? Can you ask him what did Gurjeet and his son want to tell the Chief Minister when they walked towards the convoy as it was coming out? What did they want to tell the Chief Minister then?
So at times our cameras caught you going towards the CM and asking him something or telling him something. Did you want to tell the CM something?
So I said, if there was an opportunity, I would have told him, gentlemen, you are from the good culture. BJP has come with good thoughts. So why do you also do something like this, where we are not allowed to get into our own homes? NSCI club is our second home. So we are not allowed. Whereas in other countries, I've just come back from Indonesia, there is a separate lane for even bus. Nobody stops them. Here also, the culture should start. You should have a separate for the VIPs.
But when you went inside, both of you went inside the cabin of the senior inspector here. Tell me what happened inside the cabin now. Has his mood or the way he was interacting with you changed now completely?
Nothing. He was saying that he was stopping the media to get in, and he told us just you go out, then only the media will go out. I don't want to talk anything, just go. Just write your name and address and go. He was basically avoiding the media and avoiding us, everybody.
Has he given you any concrete answer as to why you've been waiting here for the last 2 hours?
You know, can you ask
nothing.
Can you ask Parvinder, sorry to interrupt you again, what happened outside at the gate when the cops manhandled him? Why were they pushing him back? What were the cops doing when they hit him, when they manhandled him, when they pushed him back? What happened at that time? Because he had not lost his cool then. He lost his cool after the cops manhandled him.
So we would like to know, Gurjeet, also, and also from you, Parveen, is that what really happened? Did you lose your cool outside the gate, and what did the police say to you? What did you tell them? Was it something?
Naturally, if you are not allowed into your own home, anybody would lose his cool. Yeah, please allow us inside our own home. We are not going to the event. We are going to our own club. And when I went inside and verified, there was ample parking space inside the club. So there was no question of them stopping us. Only thing they were worried about the CM. I think his convoy had to leave. And for that, we were asked to wait for 1.5 hours with our family outside the gate in our car.
So you see, Anand, I mean, the point here being simple, that what the club stands is that there was no parking inside, the police making all these rather excuses, but what we understand when we're speaking to both of them outside the club, they were waiting at least 1.5 hours just outside the club entrance, and we are not even counting the fact that they were stuck in a traffic jam for about 3 hours prior to that because of the entire C-Link rush and the traffic rush trying to get inside the club.
Absolutely. In fact, Kashif, I also want you to ask these gentlemen.
Yeah, go on, Padmaja, I can hear you.
In fact, Kashif, I want you to specifically ask Mr. Gurjeet's son, when he was being pushed aside by the policeman, what was the reason for him being pushed around? What were the cops actually saying to him? Also, because we heard from the traffic JCP that the CM himself has said no one should be inconvenienced. But were the cops actually following those instructions? Please talk to Mr. Gurjeet and his son about that.
Parveen, this question is for you. While the police were pushing you around, were they saying anything specific to you? What were they telling you?
Nothing as such. They were just pushing me around and pulling me at the corner on the wall. Somebody or the other hit me on the backside. I don't know that. But I was strangled by my neck. My hands were behind. They were blocking me up to the corner that I can't move.
So we spoke to the Joint Commissioner of Police, B.K. Upadhyay, just a while back, and he said that their policy is that while managing traffic, no citizen should be inconvenienced. You think so that their officers followed that rule?
No, nothing. Not at all. Not at all.
You know, one more question, Kashif.
Inconvenience to the whole public. It's something ridiculous. You are not allowed in your own home. I can't understand. If they are in our place, they would have felt the same way.
Kashif,
they are not following any rule. And I'm surprised there was no traffic sense at all. If there was a traffic planning, proper planning, they should have kept all the cars on the one side.
Yeah, Anand, sorry,
Kashif,
can you repeat your question? I didn't get your question.
Two questions for these members. One, was there any intimation from the club that the parking space is full and members should avoid coming to the NSCI today? One. Two, if the Chief Minister is watching this broadcast, what would they want to tell the Chief Minister right now? I want you to ask this question to Mr. Gurjeet's son.
Okay, the question is for Gurjeet, right? Anand, I'm just asking him. First, the studio, we would like to ask you, sir, and viewers would like to know that did the club give you any prior intimation that there is going to be an event?
Earlier, during the Prime Minister's visit at the club, there was an intimation to every member not to bring cars because of this, and everybody abided by the rule. But
today there
was no intimation at all. That's what I said. If we are coming, we don't even know there was a function in the club. We had come with our family to have dinner over there, and we were stuck for 4 hours. I don't know what happened to our dinner now.
So, Parambin, one thing, if the Chief Minister is right now watching this broadcast, you're live on Times Now, what would you like to tell him right now?
I'm sorry for that. I just want to tell him that, please, if you're a CM, you have to help people, not to, tell people don't, we are going in a house and everything. But please, sir, आप चीफ मिनिस्टर हो, प्लीज जनता की सेवा करनी है आपको, जनता को परेशान नहीं करना है. You don't have to trouble the people. You don't have to trouble the people outside. They voted you basically. We voted you. So please don't trouble us, because you have to go somewhere. You have to move out. The police is stopping the people outside. Traffic jam is happening. Everybody is a mess. Just because that you have to move out. You also, you are also a common man.
Would you not also want to tell them that after all, if you raise a question, then you're bundled into a police van and got here at the police station?
Yeah, that's what. I'm just saying we have created a more worse mess. We are harassed further, but they bundled us into a police van and asked us that they would have a case against us. So we had to contact our advocates, my friends. Fortunately, I'm also a BJP member. So I have a lot of friends in this thing, and everybody would be here within a half an hour's time, maybe.
So Anand, you see, not only were the family who was going for a dinner to the club were denied entry, were kept waiting, but the entire dinner turned up here at the police station, where the police refused to give them any concrete answers as to why they were got here to the police station in the first place.
Kashif, has anyone at all in this entire episode shown even a sign of an apology to this family, one of them an elderly gentleman, and perhaps the most striking and disturbing image was the way that Mr. Gurjeet was being manhandled by these policemen. Did anyone even show a shred of remorse, maybe even a traffic constable, or apologize to him? And like him, were other senior citizens also manhandled?
Well, I think the answer is negative, but let me just put it across to both of them. Gurjeet and Parambin, after the entire episode, so many policemen you interacted with now and earlier as well, did any of them, any police official, any government official, come and say a small sorry, a small apology as of now?
Not at all. They were not apologetic at all. They said you are doing your duties. I said, fine, you are doing your duties. We don't deny that. But at the same time, you don't stop us from getting into our own club, our own house. You are doing your duties. We do not deny that. But you are doing wrong. That's all.
Did anybody say any apology at all?
Nothing as such.
From a traffic constable, from the police here?
Traffic constable were not there at all.
No traffic constable at all.
They were only civil guys. No traffic people are there at all. And no apologies from anybody.
So there you go, Padmaja. Not a single apology, nor a remorse from the police. First, make them wait outside their own club, the family going for a simple dinner, and now this abject humiliation outside, inside the police station, kept waiting for so long. And in spite of requesting the police and asking them questions as to why they were being detained without any reason or rhyme, rather. And now we are speaking to both of them here. They are the ones who raised their voice against this VVIP culture in our country, and now they were subjected to such treatment. Back to you in the studio.
Right.
Well, Anand, let me just put across that question to Gurjeet here and ask him, members and the VVIPs, do they have a separate entrance? They have one entrance? And
no,
how is it done?
The club is designed to have a separate entrance for the events, which leads to the stadium. And members' entrance is separate. But fortunately, this time they had only one entrance leading to all. That was really, which should not have happened.
So, but the club management should also have made sure that its members were allowed safe passage or entry to the club.
It's a mistake of the club members also. I would say.
Management.
Maybe they didn't know that such a huge thing would happen and traffic would have been jammed.
Tell me, sir, in the past also there have been high-profile events, big celebrities and politicians coming into the club. Was it also always that such entries were barred of members when such high-profile events happened?
I said last time, just 2 months back, our PM had visited our club. But we were given prior intimation, SMSs, okay, don't bring your cars to the club. We were not barred from entering the club at all. But then we knew we should not come because the Prime Minister was there. But this time also, if we were told, or SMS was there, CM is coming, don't bring your cars, fine, it would be okay. We would have not brought our cars. We would have not come to the club. For that matter.
The point being simple is that the club had ample parking space.
Yes, that's very.
So the only problem was that the road leading to the parking space is where it was blocked because the CM wanted to exit.
CM wanted to exit from there. Yes, absolutely correct. Here the problem now is because the CM wanted to exist, we were asked to wait for 1.5 hours. The moment he exited, all the cars were allowed inside. That means there was ample parking inside, which I went inside and checked and came back.
So they were allowing people to walk in, but no cars?
No cars.
So you could park your car outside on the road and...
No, how could we park it? They didn't allow us to park the car on the road also. How could we park the car on the road?
So basically you were stuck both ways. You couldn't even park your car and get out and walk to the club?
No, we couldn't. If that was possible, there was no objection. We could have done that.
But can you tell our viewers that is the gangway leading to the club enough where 2 cars can park? The CM's convoy could have also passed and other cars could have also...
NSCI club is the biggest club in India, I suppose. There is so much of parking space this time created. They don't have to bother for anything. I said there's ample parking space, which is a separate embarkation for the members.
I was asking whether the road leading to the parking space was enough for 2 cars to pass.
4 cars can pass.
So that itself also not a problem.
Not a problem at all. That's not a problem at all.
So what we understand from the entire situation was the police was being high-handed. The police was not ready to cooperate with the people who were genuine members of the club.
And they were check our membership.
Okay.
And
then allow us.
And they were simply following orders that there is a VVIP and they have to stop and block and obstruct traffic and pedestrians.
Okay, Kashif, in fact, just stay on for a minute.
Sir, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra has taken to social networking website and has apologized, saying that he will conduct a thorough inquiry and he does not believe in VVIP culture. I want to ask you, after the CM has come out and said this on Twitter, what would you say to that?
Sir, very good. We are thankful to him. We expected this of this guy. Such a good CM. We expected all these good things from him. Let us start. This is the beginning of a good culture, maybe.
He said he does not believe in VVIP culture and except when there's an emergency or there's a security threat.
That's fine. We are all with him when there's an emergency. But something like that, when he has to come to public meetings, he should he should respect the public also. And if this is the beginning, if he is starting, he is apologetic, very kind of him, very nice of him.
I mean, a slightly rough behavior from the police. The CM has now come out and said that he will inquire into the incident. You think that the matter should rest now, or this culture which we have in our country should completely stop?
This culture should completely stop though, but if it's an emergency case, yes, we have to cooperate with the CM, we have to cooperate with the VVIPs. But the thing that the police did with us was really bad. And if he's, tweeted sorry or something, thank you for that.